And there you LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
Okay, this time I'm ready to start scratching some lottery tickets.
What do you mean, ready?
I got my lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover in my pocket.
Very nice. And just in time because the lottery has 4 fun new games to play.
Introducing Win It All. Win up to $4,000. Money Talks. Win up to $15,000. Try Bingo Match. Top prize $30,000. And play Wild 888. Top prize $88,888. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Okay, this time I'm ready to start scratching some lottery tickets.
What do you mean, ready?
I got my lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover in my pocket.
Very nice. And just in time because the lottery has 4 fun new games to play.
Introducing Win It All. Win up to $4,000. Money Talks. Win up to $15,000. Try Bingo Match. Top prize $30,000. And play Wild 888. Top prize $88,888. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Minutes. Got to be a little disheartening. 33-24, LSUA with the ball, running some clock, getting the ball outside. Now shot clock under 10. Thinking about the three, and we have a travel call on Xavier Smith as he was indecisive on whether to make the shot or take the shot or pass the ball, and in the process took too many steps. Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the first half. 33-24 remains the score. Stillman wanting to stop the drought where they have not scored in almost 3 minutes now. With the ball, moving it quickly down. Taylor is going to cross court it. Here's a three from the right side. It's going to be a long out of bounds LSUA ball, and the drought continues as the long rebound was knocked out of bounds on Stillman. TJ James will check in for Brandon Thompson for LSUA. Perry comes in for Xavier Smith. Cashy takes it by himself to the hole and leaves it short. It will be a turnover. Stillman with the right side, thinking about the three. Instead, pulling it back out for a free set on the offense. It's tipped away, and Cashinat Brandon Howard gets his first personal, and that's going to send Cashy because of the double bonus situation. Cashy was looking at the near side referee wanting the foul, but the far side referee saw it and called it. And both teams now sitting on 10 fouls apiece, 10 team fouls apiece. As I look at the overall, nobody really in foul trouble individually, just a lot of fouls all over. Cashy leaves it a little long, and we will see Xavier Smith check in for Jason Perry. Jason Perry the second, I believe. Cashy will have another shot after this one. We're at 3:29 to go. Stillman has not scored in 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Cashy knocks that one down, so the score now goes to 34-24. Back to a double-digit lead, first time in a while. LSUA putting on some pressure and then falling out of it as Xavier Smith allows Price to get across the timeline. No separation between the two. Then a nice little screen allowed Price to go far side, coming back up to the top. That's going to be Brandon Howard putting up the two. Will not go. Cashy Nat with the rebound. Clock still running at 2:57. Here's a three from the left-hand side. Give it up for E.J. McQuillan. And E.J. is 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, 4 of 6 overall. Having the hot hand for sure. 37-24 with 2:38 to go. And we'll have a foul underneath. Foul is going to be, I believe, on Isaiah Howard. So Isaiah Howard commits his first personal, and that will allow Michael Taylor to go to the line, and he'll shoot two with a double bonus situation. Stillman has not scored in 4 minutes and 28 seconds. They can break the drought. Oh, and they still are not able to break it on the free throw. LSUA is going to sub in here with 2:35 to go. A couple of folks as we check that substitution. Keon Jawar and Jakeeman Abney check for Cashy Nat and TJ James. Second shot will be on its way momentarily, seeking to break the drought. And consider it broken. 4 minutes and 28 seconds went by since the last since the last points were made, and they've not shot a field goal in almost 6 minutes. They've got the free throw, but not a field goal in over 6 minutes of play. I know if you're If you're a Tiger, you're frustrated with that. This pressure of the LSUA Generals has shut down the offensive production. Outside, there's a screen. Here's a three. Will not go. Long rebound, Cashy Nat. And it's going to be a foul on Cashy Nat, I believe. Now they're saying it might be on Caleb Pouncey. Oh, they do call Cashy Nat. You can tell the crowd here doesn't like that call. It's a hometown favorite crowd for sure. Cashy Nat, a hometown boy, hometown hero. And fans don't appreciate that call at all. But nevertheless, Calvin Finch will go to the line to shoot two. Finch has 4 points on the evening, make it 5 as he got that one to go. His first free throw opportunity of the evening. LSUA is shooting 46% from the floor. Stillman 40.9% from the floor. Beyond the arc, both teams pretty even, but LSUA has made 4 of 13 versus the 2 of 5. And Calvin Finch knocked down both free throws, so that helps get it back to a 10-point game. Minute 57 to go before the buzzer rings us out of the first half. LSUA seems to be content to run clock. Isaiah Howard near side with the ball between the leg dribble, then goes over far side. Abney thinks about the three, goes into the paint, lays it up off the glass, and good. Jakeeman Abney with 8 points off the bench. He has contributed 2 of 2 from the field and 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Joshua Price with the ball, has Cashy Nat on him. Moving around the pick. Near side, they're going to come for three. It's not going to be there, but the putback is not there either, and LSUA gets the rebound. The long throw out, and there's going to be a foul on number 24, D'Angelo Foster. So D'Angelo is going to get called for his second personal right here in front of our table. And that will send to the line Jakeeman Abney to shoot. I just commented he's got 8 points, and this is his opportunity with 2 free throws coming up. If he makes them both to get into the double digits. 1:05 left to go in the first half. First one is good for Jakeeman. LSUA is going to bring in a couple of subs as I see Xavier Smith checking back in. Going to check the other substitution, but Xavier Smith checks in along with TJ James. Cashy Nat and Keon Jouar check out. Over on the other side, Martin checks in place of Price. So Tyler Martin comes in place of Joshua Price. And we're at under 1 minute to go. Abney missed his first free throw of the evening, making him 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. Shot put up is going to be off the side of the backboard, out of bounds. And how does that, I mean, the referee, all right, they're saying that LSUA tapped the ball, but another referee is going to come up and saying he doesn't think it made. And he overrules because there was no contact. Shot went up, trying to get it over the hand of the defender. It did get over the hand, but hit the side of the backboard and then fell out of bounds. LSUA taking advantage of the pause to make some substitutions with 46.9 seconds to go. Keon Jouar and Cashy Nat will check back in for Smith and James, while Stillman retains the same 5 on the floor. 3 starters in for Stillman, Howard, Finch, and Taylor. Coming down on 35 seconds. About a 20-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. LSUA running it. Shot put up. Oh, and a charge, they say, on E.J. McQuillan. That will be his second. So E.J. McQuillan, who made the basket, has it eliminated because he committed the foul. And we're going to see Jason Perry check in here for Cashy Nat with 26.9 seconds. Shot clock is off, game clock is on. And 13-point differential, both teams in the double bonus. Full court press being applied. Stillman will have to get across the timeline. And they do. Easily so with the ball. Michael Taylor goes up, finger rolls it, leaves it short, but the putback is there for Brandon Howard, making it an 11-point game. 10 seconds on the shot play clock. And LSUA could play for the last shot. I think the referees may have called a travel, and a fan sitting next to me likes that call because he was talking the referee into it. He saw it better than I did. 2.9 seconds to go, 11-point lead for LSUA in the first half. It's been a great contest so far. LSUA's had a large lead and then back down to at the buzzer. Shot is up, no good. Halftime score at the half, 40-29. At the half, that's a tremendous number for both teams. Well, really LSUA with the 40 points. I know Stillman has done some decent shooting overall, 40% for Stillman, but 48% for LSUA. We'll take the timeout. Back with more after this on the LSUA Media Network.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
We welcome you back to the floor of the fort, where the score for the Generals is a happy 40-29. For Stillman Tigers, not as happy as they would like, trailing by 11 points. As we run down some stats for you here in the first half of play, Stillman shooting 40% from the floor, 33.3 from beyond the arc on 2 of 6. And from the line, 7 of 13 for a 53.8% percentage from the charity stripe. On the other side, LSUA, 14 of 29 overall for 48.3%. Beyond the arc, 30.8%, but it's 4 of 13. And from the charity stripe, 61.5%. So really, it's not a whole lot of difference in the percentages, but it looks like the difference has been the total number of shots taken. Stillman has taken 25 attempts. LSUA has taken 29. So if you're shooting similar percentages, and of course LSUA slightly better, if you take more shots and you have a little bit better percentage, you'll have more points. 40-29 the halftime score. As we look at a couple of other stats that I think are interesting. Points in the paint, LSUA 16-10 for Stillman. Bench points, 11-5 for LSUA. And then second chance points, 8-4. So LSUA having a little bit more of an opportunity there. Total rebounds, 21 for LSUA, 9 for Stillman, and 6-3 on the offensive number of rebounds. I'm looking at some of the players who have the biggest leaders in boards. Cassie Nat, who is the defensive player of the year for the Red River Athletic Conference, has 7 boards, 7 rebounds, 14 points, and only has 1 assist so far. But he's, one of the areas where he's been struggling is from the free throw line. He's 3 of 7. However, in the field goal area, he's 5 of 10, and that gives him his 14 points. 11 points scored by E.J. McQuillan. On the other side, only one player in double digits, and that's Michael Taylor, who's got 11 on 3 of 7 shooting. We're going to take a little time out here during this. Just let the little music play, and we'll come back with second half action right after this. Welcome back courtside to the Fort in Alexandria, Louisiana, where the number 1 LSUA Generals are hosting the number 16 Stillman Tigers. And it is a 40-21 lead at halftime. The Tigers have had great play all year long. They average 73.1 points per game, and they average shooting 44.3% from the floor. Tonight, they're shooting close to that at 40%, but they're definitely off the halfway mark of their 73 points that they would need. Of course, many teams are second-half teams, and that may come on. Their leading scorers are Calvin Finch, who averages 13.1. Tonight, he's got 6. Michael Taylor averaging 12.6. Tonight, he's got 11, so he's on par. And Jeremiah Miller averaging 11.9, and he has been held scoreless in this contest. Finch typically shoots 65% from the field, and he is tonight 100% on 2 of 2 from the field and 2 of 2 from the line. So Finch definitely on par for a type of game that he would anticipate having. LSUA on the other side has Cashy Nat, who earned the all-tournament honors during their RRAC tournament. He was the MVP. He was Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. And Cashy Nat is the leading scorer for LSUA with 14 points on 5 of 10 shooting, 1 of 2 beyond the arc, and 3 of 7 from the from the free throw line. He has 7 rebounds in his 17 minutes of play. So Cashy Nat kind of living up to what he was billed to be. We're now ready to get set with the second half of our contest, where the Stillman Tigers will have the ball to start the second half, 40-29. Tigers moving the ball left to right now, and here's a three-point attempt with a foul before the shot. It's going to be away from the ball, and probably going to be LSUA number 1. Let's see who they call. So E.J. McQuillan picks up his 3rd personal with just 9 seconds to go in the second half. And just like that, you're going to see Jakeem and Abney check into the contest, probably for E.J. McQuillan. You can't have one of your star players out there with 3 fouls when the second half has just started. Looking at E.J. Overall numbers, he actually is the second leading scorer with 11, so he's on the bench. LSUA on defense. Stillman has the ball, going to drive in the paint. Right-handed layup is beautifully done. Tinkling the net, nothing but nylon. Shot was good by Michael Taylor. That gives him 13 points on the evening. Back the other way, Isaiah Howard going to bounce pass it inside. Brandon Taylor's going to fight for it. Do we have a jump ball? We do. Possession arrow favors LSUA. So LSUA will turn over, or will lose the possession arrow, but they do retain possession after that jump ball, or that tie ball. All right, inbounding, Isaiah Howard set to get the ball in. Does get it in. Here's the long 3 from the left. It's good. Jordan DeQueer knocks down the tray. And 43-31 to score now. That's Jordan's first points of the game. Shot put up, will not go. Offensive board there, but Brandon gets the rebound for LSUA. Long outcourt pass, and there'll be a foul. A foul on Stillman. And I'll tell you, Joshua Price cannot believe it. He cannot believe that he's getting called for the foul. That is his second on the long pass to Jordan DeQueer after the board, after the defensive possession, or the defensive rebound. Underneath and a foul quickly. It'll be a shooting situation. So we've seen 2 fouls back to back. And number 3, Brendan Langford Johnson gets his 3rd personal. So each team now has 1 player with 3 personal fouls, and that will send Cashy Nat to the line, where he has struggled tonight on 3 of 7 shooting from the line, uncharacteristically below his normal percentage from the free throw line. And he must have heard that, because he made that one nothing but net. Makes him 4 of 8 and back to 50%. And 15 points so far on the contest, leading all scorers. He leaves the second one short. Stillman takes advantage of the rebound, and we'll have the ball coming back. Michael Taylor, the leading scorer with 13, now kicks the ball out near side to over to Brandon Langford Johnson, who stays in the game with the 3. Bounce pass it over to Finch. Finch goes back up top side to Price. Near side, the 3. It's going to be good. Brendan Langford Johnson. Oh, they're going to say 2 points. 2 points. Okay, referee says 2 points. Here's a 3 the other way. That one's going to be a long rebound, and it will go out to Stillman. They have a 2-on-1 break, leaving it off the left-hand side. It is good for Brandon Howard. So Brandon Howard now adds to his points, giving him 6 on the evening. 44-35, a 9-point game. And Stillman can't believe that Brendan Langford Johnson is going to get called for number 4. And you will see Jalen Taylor come in for him. Brendan Langford Johnson has 2 points on the contest, 1 of 4 from the field. Typically a high-scoring player, but he's been held to only 2 points in this game, and he has 4 fouls. He'll be out for a little while. LSU gets the ball in, shot up, no good. Put back is there for Braden Thompson. So Braden on the putback gives LSU the 11-point lead back to double digits. With the ball in front of us, number 20, Michael Taylor. Going to kick it over to, off the bench, Jalen Taylor. Back to Michael Taylor. Far side, they work it around Joshua Price. Back to Taylor, and a foul is going to be against LSU. Jordan DeQueer will pick up his 3rd personal far away, and we'll see Isaiah Howard checking in for DeQueer. So DeQueer and McQuillan both with 3 personals riding the bench right now, as Coach DeMario Jackson doesn't want either of those key players to get into further foul trouble. 17:28 to go. Long time left in this second half. Far side, the ball is moving around, and a travel call on Joshua Price. Sometimes that head fake causes the referee to call that travel, as was the case right then. He started moving before the ball went into bouncing position. Clock rolling, 17-17, and back the other way. LSU Generals with the ball. Hand off to Cashy Nat. They're going to hand it off to Isaiah Howard, and back to to Xavier Smith. Xavier bounce pass it to Braden. Braden's going to back in, put the big arch, and there comes Cashy Nat with the slam. And that's what this crowd has been waiting for all night long. I guess that's where the home court advantage comes in. 48-35, and that kind of momentum is something that home crowds can provide. That 6th man on the court. Here's a 3-point, almost shutting them up, but didn't fall. The rebound was there, and the putback would not fall for Calvin Finch, but he was fouled in the process. Braden Thompson may have picked up his foul. We're going to check on that. So Braden does pick up foul number 2, and that will allow Stillman to shoot 2 at the line. Will be Calvin Finch, Jr. He's 2 of 2 from the line, 2 of 2 from the floor, 6 points overall. Love to score points with the clock stopped if you're trailing. 48-35, a 13-point deficit is shaved to 12 points as Finch Jr. makes the first one. And LSUA will see Braden Thompson come out of the game, and they'll bring TJ James in to sub for him. Second shot on the way in just a moment for Finch. Calvin Hales from York, Alabama. And he knocks it down. What a sure-handed shooter is he, the young man, 6'6" senior. Having a lot of fun out here tonight. 16:20 on the clock. LSUA kind of handing the ball off back and forth, and then Xavier's going to go up, lay it up for the glass. Kissed it in for two. Back to a 13-point lead, 50-37. You'll see a sub, Nicholas Kagler will check in the next dead ball for LSUA. His first time to get playing minutes. Stillman moving the ball around way outside. Shot clock under 10. Joshua Price comes near side over to Taylor. Taylor loses the ball, and they're going to say there he was fouled in the process of losing the ball, and maybe why he lost the ball. Foul is going to be on Isaiah Howard. That's his first personal, and now Nicholas Kagler will come in for Isaiah Howard. Looks like that's who he was intended to come in for to begin with. Stillman has yet to score a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes. They've scored the free throws, but no field goals. And so that's got to be disconcerting. I'm sure they want to convert on this possession. Ball is in almost over the head of Finch and thrown away as Michael Taylor threw the ball, trying to get it over to Jalen Taylor, and threw it to the bench. So not the effort that Stillman wanted on that possession. 50-37, a 13-point lead for the Generals. In an attempt to make it bigger. Ball is all over the place, and Stillman comes down with it, does Jalen Taylor. He's going to come back. No look at right side. Three-point is, not good. But the rebound is there for Calvin Finch Jr. Count the basket. He will go to the line for the bonus shot. But the foul is on Nicholas Kagler, who just came into the game for the first time. And Kagler just picks up one personal. And we will see a bonus opportunity here for Calvin Finch Jr. He's got 10 points now after that free throw. Oh, and he made his first miss of the evening. He had been perfect 3 of 3 from the field and 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Now he's 4 of 5. So I guess you can take the monkey off your back. You don't have to worry about staying perfect. 15 minutes to go in the contest. LSUA moving the ball around the perimeter, now going inside. Abney with it. He's going to kick it out near side. Now they come back around, just moving the ball all over the place. Xavier Smith, and there will be a foul away from the ball. Is that Jalen Taylor? So Jalen Taylor is now charged with his third personal, fourth team foul. We'll take the timeout, media timeout. 14:50 to go in this contest. Generals up 50-39. Back after this timeout on the LSUA Media Network. Welcome back to the court. Had some issues with the scoreboard on screen. I think we've got them squared away now. LSUA up 50-39 over Stillman University with 14:50 to go. LSUA will inbound. They do. Here comes the three ball. It's good. Jakeeman Abney knocks down the tray and gives him 12 points tonight, breaking into double digits. Stillman cross-court pass, thinking about the three, pulls out of it. Double teamed on the side, and a foul as both players go to the ground, but they're going to call Jakeeman, I believe. Yeah, they do call Jakeeman Abney for his second personal, and that will be the sixth team foul. 1-and-1 opportunities after this. Head coach John Teasley made a few substitutions for Stillman and very composed on the sideline, giving instruction. Coach DeMario Jackson also very composed in his thin striped tie. Far side, working his way away from us, Michael Taylor now comes back, almost has the ball stolen as he got over to Jalen Taylor. Turnaround jumper is good for Calvin Finch Jr., and Calvin adds to his scoring total with 12 now on the evening. Second leading scorer for Stillman. Back the other way, thinking about the shot now near side for three. Too much on it. But no way, the rebound is there for Xavier Smith. Now the shot put back would not go for Nicholas Kegler, and Stillman comes up with the rebound. Quickly back the other way, going baseline, now kicking it over near side for three. Top of the key for three. There's the three that they've been looking for. Joshua Price knocks it down from way outside the arc and brings the Tigers to within 9, under double digits for the first time in a while. Stillman has made 3 of their last attempts, 5 of their last 7. LSUA has a long rebound that goes into the hands of Stillman. And Stillman now wanting to chip away at that big lead for LSUA. Their largest lead was 14 about 2 minutes ago, but now it's down to 9. Oh, a travel. Jalen Taylor hesitated and then shuffled his feet, didn't dribble the ball, and gets called for the travel. Cashing that, set to inbound. Referee says, no, you're going to come over here by me. You can't see them on your screen. They're on the opposite side of the court. So LSUA gets the ball inbounded. The camera's on the wrong side. Sorry about that, folks. Here we come across center court. Ball is being passed around significantly. TJ James is going to hand it off to Cashy, who thinks about the three. Now goes into the paint near side. Putting up the three. It's going to be short. But the rebound, TJ James is going to come up with it. Gives it over to E.J. McQuillan. E.J. playing with 3 personal fouls. He puts up the three. Offensive foul is the call. Offensive foul is the call before the shot. And they're going to say that that was on, is that on TJ? Or Keon? So TJ James gets called with his first personal. 7th team foul. Because it was an offensive foul, they're not going to shoot the 1-and-1, it appears. So with 12:18 to go in this contest, the 9-point lead continues, and we have a whistle before the shot. LSUA ball. I don't know what the call was, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what the call was. As I look back, it looks like a turnover by the team, but no explanation to me as to why. So 12 minutes to go. LSUA's lead at 9 could be extended on this possession. Between the leg dribble and then into the paint. Shot up by Isaiah Howard, won't go, fighting for it. TJ James loses the ball. And that might be a foul on DeQueer. We'll see. So TJ James instead. If that had been DeQueer, that would have been his fourth. TJ only picks up his second. And so back the other side, it'll have D'Angelo Foster shooting 1-1. He's 1-4 from the free throw line tonight. Has no other points, no attempts being made whatsoever. And he leaves the first one short. Makes him 1 of 5. Isaiah Howard comes across midcourt, going to give it over to E.J. McQuillan. E.J. hands it off to Jakeeman. Far side, they're going to work it around T.J. Abney now puts the shot up off. No, just a little floater. And Jakeeman Abney drops the floater. It's going to be a 55-44 lead for LSUA. We'll be back after this timeout on the LSUA General Sports Media Network. We welcome you back to the fort as the timeout buzzer has been buzzed. 55-44 is our score with 11:27 to go. It's an interesting contest here. Both teams shooting 45%. Stillman 45.7, LSUA 45.5. Both teams shooting 33% from free throw land. Exactly, 33.3. Both teams exactly. LSUA a slight lead from the charity stripe, 60% to 53%. But the big difference is the total number of shots being made, 44 to 35. So if your percentages are the same, but your total shots are different, whoever takes the most shots is going to be ahead. That's what we're looking at now with an 11-point lead for LSUA. Near side, Stillman is working the ball back. They come up top side into the paint. Now underneath, beautifully executed for Calvin Finch, who got the slam on the pass from Michael Taylor, assist to Taylor. And a great job of executing that play. Cuts the lead back to 9 in the single digits. And we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Jeremiah Miller of Stillman. Referee coming over. There were some subs getting ready to come in, but Jeremiah Miller will get called. We will see Taylor and Nash checking back in for LSUA. I'm sorry, Thompson, Braden Thompson and Cashy Nat will check in for LSUA in place of Isaiah Howard and TJ James. Again, Nash with the leading score of 17. Another player with 14, Abney, the only two players in double digits. Cashy Nat has the most points and the most rebounds for LSUA. Finch has the most points and the most rebounds for Stillman. LSUA works it into Cashy. He's going to back his way in, and he's going to do a little floater from 4 feet out. It's good. 19 points for Cashy Nat. One away from 20 with 10:41 to go in the contest. 57-46 the score. And a reach-in foul is going to be called on Jakeeman Abney. So Jakeeman picks up number 3. You can see the look of disgust on his face at that call. I'm sure he thought that was a ticky-tack that he didn't need to give away. Xavier Smith will check in for him and let Jakeeman go. Jakeeman plays well as a non-starter And he's got 14 points here, second leading scorer for LSUA. But he'll ride the bench for a little bit. To the line to shoot will be Michael Taylor, and he knocks the first one down. Michael has 14 points. Tied with Finch as the leading scorer. Could go into the lead if he makes this next one. Taylor has the most minutes played at 29 so far, so he's pretty much been out there the whole time. Misses the second one, so Cashy Nat gets the rebound. He's going to send it down cross court quickly. And then trying to go baseline, feeding up to Braden Thompson. Braden's going to put it off the glass. It'll fall short, but he's fouled in the process, I believe, by Big 23. Kyan Healy in the game for the first time from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, picks up his first personal. And Healy, who's just came into the game really a minute ago for Foster, for D'Angelo Foster. Braden misses that one. Braden had a wrist injury a couple of weeks ago. He actually attempted some free throws, the old granny style, if you recall, where you take the ball with two hands down to your knees and scoop it up that way. He was unsuccessful that way, but he's still shaking that wrist. He gets the second one to rim off the backside, will not go. Cashy tips it up into the hands of Xavier Smith. A three-point from the right-hand side is good for E.J. McQuillan. E.J. McQuillan knocks down that tray, giving him 14 points. See what a valuable player he is, playing with 3 personal fouls with 10 minutes to go. He's back on the court. And it's a 13-point lead. Here's a three the other way. That one's good. That one is an answer by Kyan Healy, coming off the bench, knocking down the tray. So Healy adding some good bench points for Stillman. LSUA with the 11. Oh, that was they said it was a 2. Okay, we'll give it. LSUA, I thought he had the 3. Now Braden Thompson is going to leave it short. He didn't slam it. He went to lay it in, and instead left it short. Far side, here's a 3. It's good. It's good. If you're a Stillman Tiger, you like that one. 60-59. They worked it down under the basket and then knocked it out for 3. Cashy has his pocket pick, believe it or not, the other way. Here's the alley-oop. The lay-in is good for Jeremiah Miller, and it's now a 6-point game at 60-54. Coach DeMario Jackson, rather than taking a timeout, just exhorting his players to regain their composure. They were leading by 13. Now they're leading by 3. It's a 7-0 run over the last 45 seconds. Here's a 3 attempt for LSUA. Toilet bowl swish. Around and around and around it goes for E.J. McQuillan, giving him 17. And back to a 9-point game, 63-54. Boy, both teams have gotten hot. Here's a jumper, and it's good for Calvin Finch Jr., who Calvin Finch gets his 16th point of the game. Both teams getting on fire here in the last half of the second half after we pass the 10-minute mark in the second half. 8 minutes now left in the contest, and losing the ball as he tried to drive down. Could not control it. Jordan DeQueer lost the handle, and there'll be a couple of subs. There'll be a timeout. We'll take the timeout as well. 63-56 the score with 8:02 left on the LSUA General Sports Media Network. Welcome back as the intensity has increased in the Fort. Packed house, standing room only just about. It's a lot of people here in the house. And as I watched the two benches during the halftime, Stillman composed, making plans. LSUA animated, foot stomping, frustration showing as that big run, as you look to see Stillman, 8 of their last 8, they have made everything. LSUA, 4 of their last 5. A lot of scoring has taken place in the last minute and a half. Both teams on fire here as we move forward into getting closer to the halfway mark of the last half. Ball is being moved around. Here's a 3 from the left-hand side, left short, but it's going to be an offensive rebound. Back again, they're going to go over to Price. He'll get a fresh shot clock. Near side, they work it down to Taylor. Michael Taylor with 14 points. He's under 7 on the shot clock. He's going to move, got his elbow. Boy, he put an elbow in, but they're going to say the foul, I believe, is on Xavier Smith. Xavier took an elbow to the chin, but that meant he was in the way of where Michael Taylor wanted to go with the ball. So to the line, Michael Taylor will shoot. Xavier Smith has 2 fouls. First shot rolls in, front rim, back rim, center rim. And LSUA will see Kyrie Haynes coming in for the first time in the contest, along with Caleb Pouncey, who has played a little bit before. Caleb Pouncey has about a minute of play. Kyrie Haynes in for the first time. Checking in, Xavier Smith, TJ James have checked out. Second free throw just as good, actually better, because it was nothing but net. And now LSUA seeing a full court press being applied. Behind the back dribble by Pouncey. Kicking the ball to Kyrie Haynes, far side. E.J. McQuillan gonna hand it off to Cashy Nat, far side back to Cashy. Cashy between the leg as he goes up off the glass, leaves it short, gets his own rebound. Count the basket as he goes to the ground. He will go shoot the free throw, and you can see the determination on his face. Count the basket for Cashy Nat and put the foul on 15, Finch. And that is Finch's second personal, but the best player on each team went up head-to-head, and Cashy Nat got the basket, plus he'll have the one free throw opportunity. Cashy Nat now over 20 points with 21. And stays there as he missed the free throw. LSUA knocks the ball out of bounds, fighting for it. They wanted the possession, but it was, according to the referee, out on the Generals. Full court pressure being demonstrated by the Generals. Broken down underneath. They're going to go block. Cashy Nat got the block, and somehow coming up with it, Jeremiah Miller picked up the errant ball, went up, and he was fouled by Cashy Nat. So Cashy got the block, but then he commits his second personal, and that will send Jeremiah Miller to the line to shoot a couple. 6:54 to go in the contest as we appreciate all of you who are watching this NAIA Regional Championship. It's been a tremendous contest so far. First free throw is good. Second attempt also good. 5-point game as we look. LSUA has led by 14 way back, about 15 minutes left in the game. Inside pass they go, and a block. LSUA has the ball blocked. Stillman now is going to come back the other way. Cashy Nat blocks him, but another chops for the Stillman team as they get the rebound, fighting for it. It's going to be a big foul on LSUA, and sense of, I'm not saying desperation, but physicality on the court as number 16 says, we are here to play ball with number 1. And foul is credited against Caleb Pouncey, his 3rd personal. 2 shots now coming up for Caleb Finch, who is 4 of 5 from the free throw line, tied with Taylor for the leading scoring, and he knocks it down. It gives him 17 points, breaking the tie with Michael Taylor and making it a 4-point game. Could be 3 points if he makes this one. This is as close as the game has been since LSUA led 4-0. That gives you an idea of how Stillman is working their way back into this game. He knocked them both down. It's a 3-point game, 65-62, 6:32 to go in the contest. Cassie Nat will bring the ball down court for LSUA, working it down. They're going to come cross court. Kyrie Haynes throws the ball away. I'm not sure. Now one referee says it may have been touched by Stillman. And the referees are going to call for a conference. Coach John Teasley asking for an explanation. I haven't seen what happened yet. I'm not even waiting for the explanation. They're telling everybody to go back to their bench. They want to have an opportunity to confer. It's only 2 of the 3 referees. Coach DeMario Jackson being urged to stay back by the 3rd referee. Now the 2 coaches are conversing amongst themselves. Neither one of them like what they see. From this angle where I was at, the ball was tossed out of bounds. Kyrie Haynes, and a technical foul is being charged against LSUA, I think. Let me listen. Let's listen in. Okay, so actually they're calling a technical foul on number 10, Joshua Price of Stillman, who went into the bench and apparently either exchanged words or had unnecessary contact. So Price gets his 3rd personal, and E.J. McQuillan gets the opportunity to shoot the technical free throws. He makes the first one and makes the second one. So that turn of events, very significant there. LSUA had turned the ball over, but Joshua Price went into the bench and apparently exchanged words in such a way that he received his technical, and everybody's trying to decide whose ball it was. Again, from this perspective, it was out of bounds on LSUA, and I believe that's what the referee is now finally agreeing to. Thompson and Howard have checked back in for Pouncey and Haynes for LSUA. And Howard has checked in for Healy for Stillman. Coming up on 6 minutes to go. It's a 5-point game, 67-62. Moving the ball, Michael Taylor outside. He's going to go into the paint, kicking it near side for 3. It's good. It's good. Brandon Howard knocks down the 3, makes it a 2-point contest, and that is the closest it's been since it's 2-0 at the start of the game. LSUA moving the ball. E.J. McQuillan goes up by himself, leaves it short, fighting for it underneath. Stillman gets the rebound. And Michael Taylor has the ball with a chance to tie or lead for the first time since the game began. Moving it around, Jeremiah Miller goes left. He's going to be tied up. Oh, they're going to say I think Thompson may get called for a foul. He thought he had ball, but Braden Thompson is going to get called for his 3rd personal, and that is going to be a 2-shot opportunity for Jeremiah Miller. who is a perfect 2 for 2 from the line. He has 4 points. He's 1 of 5 out in the field, but he has been very consistent from the free throw line. With the clock stopped, 5:21, 2 shots could tie it. He tickled the net with that one. LSUA brings Abney back in for Isaiah Howard. Stillman decides to keep the same 5 on the court. Second shot on the way momentarily. And we are tied since the first time, since it was 0-0. A long time ago, 35 minutes ago. We're at 5:16 to go. Cashy now gets it over near side, thinking about the 3. Coming back way up top to E.J. McQuillan, back to Cashy. Nat between the leg dribble, outside. He's going to go into the paint, carries the ball, puts it off the glass, and it's good. And a timeout called by Coach DeMario Jackson of the LSUA Generals. Will take the timeout as well. Exactly 5 minutes to go. Back after this timeout on the LSUA General Sports Media Network.
Okay, this time I'm ready to start scratching some lottery tickets.
What do you mean, ready?
I got my lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover in my pocket.
Very nice. And just in time because the lottery has 4 fun new games to play.
Introducing Win It All. Win up to $4,000. Money Talks. Win up to $15,000. Try
If you thought it was going to be a cakewalk for the number 1 team versus the number 16 team, you haven't been in a bakery lately. It's a 2-point contest. It was tied up just a moment ago. LSUA led by 14 about 10 minutes ago. It was 53-39 at just under 15 minutes to go. Stillman has come back to tie it up at 67. LSUA gets the finger roll to go, and they're up by 2. With exactly 5 minutes to go. And I got to tell you, it's been a tremendous contest between this number 16 Stillman team that won their the HBCU, athletic conference regular season, giving them the automatic bid. And they are here to play, having tied up against the number 1 number 1 seed, LSUA Generals, who have seemed to be on their heels the last few minutes. Stillman has only committed 8 fouls here in the second half. LSUA has given up 13, which means they got several players with multiple fouls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 3, and that could play into this game later. Stillman has Brendan Langford Johnson with 4, and then they have Jalen Taylor and Joshua Price with 3. Nobody else in foul trouble at all for LSUA. E.J. McQuillan, Caleb Pouncey, Jakeeman Abney, Braden Thompson, and Jordan DeQueer all have 3 apiece. So these are some big fouls situations as the referees are over on the side talking to the official scorers about what I do not know. I'm on the opposite side of the court from them, so I really don't have any insight. You can't see it on your camera angle because we use the Huddle automatic AI-assisted camera, and it just looks for where the most people are on the court, and most people are down there on the Stillman offensive board side. But their referee is down talking to the official score. I don't know if they're discussing the direction of the possession arrow. I do see head coach John Teasley talking with one official. Let's hear the PA announcer. He's sending everybody back to their bench. And I'm hoping the PA announcer will give us a heads up. I'm trying to sort things out, folks. I'm as much in the dark as you are, if you look on the screen straight ahead, the referees are now going over, and it looks like they're looking at a review on a cell phone. In the past, LSUA has provided an iPad for reviews, and I'm not sure what's being reviewed, but hopefully PA announcer Rich Dupree will give us that heads up. Once he hears, he's seated dead center at the center court line. Referee is talking to the scorekeeper. I see a few LSUA fans with their hands up in the air like, what? So I don't know if they know anything more than we do. And I'm telling you, Stillman team, there is a speech over in their huddle as these players are animating one another. I was watching Joshua Price really ramping up his team with a motivational speech. Coach DeMario Jackson now calls his team over for a huddle to discuss with them. Earlier, he was obviously very frustrated with the play, and now I see some finger pointing between Coach Jackson and somebody. So there is some discontent. Music is playing pretty loud. I see the PA announcer rub his forehead, and I'm in the dark. So just like you folks are, I have no clue what's being discussed across the way. If I knew, I would tell you. I don't know if anybody knows what's being talked about over there. My assistant to the left shakes his head no, he don't know. Two referees are both pointing different directions. Let's see if the PA announcer gives us a heads up. Nope. No announcement from the PA announcer. I will say I'm very impressed with the composure of the Stillman Tigers bench, and it is Stillman ball after that last point was scored by Cashy Nat. Stillman moving the ball around the perimeter, under 20 seconds now. The layup is good, taking it to the hole, and it was good for Michael Taylor. We're tied again at 69. Abney with the ball. He's going to drive into the paint, putting it up. Oh, there's a block. Number 15 got his hands up, did Calvin Finch Jr., and Abney's shot was blocked as it went up towards the goal. So Stillman has their first chance to take a lead in this contest. LSUA controlled the jump and scored first. If Stillman scores, it'll be their first lead of the contest. We're at 4:05 to go. Here's a three-point attempt. It's good. He knocked it down. Michael Taylor from way outside the arc, giving a three-point lead to Stillman. LSUA now trying to make something happen, losing the ball. Ball's on the ground. Thompson comes up with it. Back near side, McQuillan. Here we go for a three from the top of the key, and we're tied just like that. Back and forth and back and forth. Jordan DeQueer knocks down the tray from top of the key, and we're tied at 72 with 3.5 minutes to go. You hear the crowd getting into it. Defense is the chant as their feet stomp the stadium bleachers, the arena bleachers. Ball lost out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Cashy Nat. On defense, he felt like he tapped it into the hands of the player, of the Stillman player, but 11 seconds on the shot clock. As Jason Perry will check in for Jakeeman Abney. 3:14, again, 11 seconds on the shot clock. Stillman, top of the key, or right side of it, Michael Taylor, 7-6, 5. He puts up a long three. It's not going to be there, but the rebound is there for Jeremiah Miller and a reset shot clock for Stillman. We're tied at 72 with under 3 minutes to go in this NAIA regional playoff game. The winner faces off tomorrow against the Nelson University Lions. Shot up, not going to fall. Rebound underneath. LSUA gets the rebound. What a contest we have here before us, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5 minutes to go, tied up at 72. Stillman averaging 73 points a game. Barring anything else, they should break their average. From the right side, here's a three. He knocked it down. Jason Perry, the second. His first points of the game are a tray with just over 2 minutes to go. Can you believe it? Off the bench, he was 0 of 3 before that, and he comes down and ice blood, cold in his ice water in his veins, knocked it down. We're under 2 minutes to go, 75-72 in the paint. Shot put up, will not go. Braden Thompson gets the rebound, controlling it, gets it over near side to E.J. McQuillan. And with a 3-point lead, LSUA has the ball. Oh, a huge block being put by Braden, who misses the layup. That left hand hurting him. Here's a three, will not go. Thompson fighting for it. It's going to be fought for. Diving underneath. Who's going to get it? Will it be a tie ball? LSUA says they have the timeout. And the two referees are saying tie ball. No, they're saying LSUA called the timeout. LSUA called the timeout, and this crowd is going nuts. Coach DeMario Jackson encouraging, inciting the crowd who are on their feet as the timeout was called while LSUA had possession with 1:28 to go in this contest. That play, I am absolutely positive head coach John Teasley does not agree with it, but it did look like the player on the floor had possession while timeout was being called. I'm not going to timeout right now. We've got to keep it right here. I do not want to miss the resumption of play. Oh, my goodness. My throat is sore. My head is sore. This is why you go to NAIA tournaments, folks, to have this kind of basketball, as we have watched this Stillman Tiger team that was down by 14 points with 14 and a half come back to take a 3-point lead, leading 72-69, and then LSUA has come back with a 6-point run, and they're up 75-72. My goodness, LSUA is on a 6-0 run. Those two trays back-to-back over the last 2 minutes or so. And I will also say one of the difficult things for Stillman is that they're 0 of 4 in their last attempts. That has been the difficulty for them. 0 of 4 in their last shots. And so Stillman, though, I can tell their fans are here cheering them on. They've made the trip from Alabama, I should say, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. 1:28. This is NAIA tournament basketball, folks. You got to love this. I am so glad to be here in the best seat in the house, and you have one of the best seats with me with 1:28 to go. LSUA has the ball after the timeout. Inbounding for LSUA will be Jordan DeQueer to my right. There's some fans doing some chatterboxing right here. I'm not sure if that will play into things. Jordan DeQueer gets the ball into E.J. McQuillan. And, oh, my goodness, Cashy Nat, far side with the ball. He's going to come up top to DeQueer. They're going to do that running handoff thing that they do quite a bit. E.J. McQuillan, top of the key. Feeding it down inside. Turnaround jumper off the line. Won't go. Cashy had the rebound. Blocked out of bounds. Great block by Jeremiah Miller. And it will be LSUA ball. I will tell you, I cannot see the left corner with all the fans on their stands from where I'm seated. And Coach DeMario Jackson is out there mopping up the floor, drying it up as is necessary. How often do you see the head coach making sure that that floor is safe for the players? LSUA will have the ball with 18 seconds left on the shot clock, 1:08 to go. And there are very few people in this place on their seat. Almost everybody is on their feet watching the way this contest ends. I cannot see the left corner. LSUA trying to get the ball in. E.J. McQuillan does get it into Cashy Nat off the glass, and he's fouled. Count the basket, and he'll go to the charity stripe for the traditional 3-point play. Count the basket for Cashy Nat, the RRAC Player of the Year and MVP of the Red River Athletic Conference Tournament, scores the 2 and goes to the charity stripe for the bonus. With 1:07 to go, it's a 5-point lead for LSUA. What a huge play. Foul was on Calvin Finch. We've seen these two players go head-to-head, and I have loved watching these two best players of each team hold nothing back. Calvin Finch with 18 points on the night, Cashy with 25, and the opportunity to make another, which he does. 78-72, 1:07 to go. LSUA falls back out of the press, allowing Stillman to run their offense with a 6-point lead. Under a minute to go, Stillman trying to move the ball around on the outside perimeter still. They do cut into the paint, stop and pop. It's going to be left short, but the rebound is there, and the putback is good. 2 putbacks. I would say Finch got up and did the putback, so it's a 4-point game. LSUA is trapped in the backcourt, and we have a travel on LSUA. So Stillman loves that call. It's trapped in the backcourt. Xavier Smith was double-teamed and could not get free and traveled as he looked for help. 43 seconds to go. This is NAIA Tournament Championship basketball. Alexandria, Louisiana, the fort. Finch has the ball. Joshua Price. Michael Taylor. Taylor for 3. Leaves it short. Cashy Nat with their big rebound. Cashy Nat, another huge rebound. 12 on the night for him. And a foul. Foul is on number 10, Joshua Price, his 4th. And Cashy Nat will go to the line to shoot 2. I hear the hey, goodbye, but hey, guys, don't sing too early. 32.8 seconds to go. Cashy will shoot 2 because of the double bonus situation. Crowd will get quiet. You heard him. Isaiah Howard checks in for Xavier Smith. Stillman gets ready to make their substitution. They will bring in Brandon Howard, and he will come in for Jeremiah Miller. Cashy has one more shot. 5-point lead with 32.8 seconds. He leaves it short. Stillman gets the rebound. Under 30 seconds to go. Driving for the hole. Put it up. Will not go. LSUA has the rebound. Trying and foul quickly was E.J. McQuillan in a desperation play with 21.5 seconds to go. Foul was committed, I believe, by Calvin Finch, and that is his 4th. And what a heck of a game Calvin Finch has had. 20 points tonight, 7 of 8 in his shooting, not taking anything from beyond the arc, but 6 of 7 from the free throw line. An almost perfect game, but now with 4 personal fouls. Langford Johnson with 4, Price with 4. Oh my goodness. And the other side, E.J. McQuillan makes him pay. 6-point lead with 21.5 seconds to go. Again, everybody on their feet. This is NAIA basketball. He got them both, did E.J. McQuillan. It's a 7-point game, 81-64. Shooting the 3 from the right side, no going baseline, put it up off the glass. It does go. Check it out for Joshua Price, and timeout. 81-76. It's a 5-point lead for LSUA with 15 seconds to go. Can you guess what's coming up? I guarantee you it'll be a foul. Back with more after this on the LSUA General Sports Media Network.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
I had to take a break, folks. Not much voice left after that. What a tremendous contest this has been. LSUA with 15 seconds left has a tenuous 5-point lead, but Stillman has hit the threes when it mattered. LSUA has got to get the ball in, and we have a five. Okay. We have a foul with no time. Okay, a foul with 0.1 second off the clock, and if you're the Stillman Tigers, that's how you do it. Jalen Taylor gets called for his fourth personal, and that's absolutely how you play that. Only 1/10 of a second went off the clock for the foul to be counted, and to the line to shoot to will be number 30, Kyrie Haynes. Only got 1 minute so far. He plays in a substitution role as a point guard, and he gets the first one to go. A critical shot for the man off the bench makes the score 82-76. And we have a referee talking to some fans, telling them to please stay a little further away from the court than they were. Nice correction there. 82-76, second shot on the way. What a tremendous game this has been. I got to tell you, you got your money's worth on this one, folks. 14.9 seconds, shot attempted with the clock stop. Stillman, that's the technology, or that's the strategy, and Kyrie Haynes knocked them both down. This young man off the bench playing some incredible ball. Kyrie Haynes, just a freshman from Zachary, Louisiana, gives LSU an 83-76 lead. Long three put up, will not go. Cashy Nat gets the rebound, and that should be the ball game, folks. E.J. McQuillan will not take the final shot. The final score, 83-76. 83-76, the final score, and a tremendous victory for the LSUA Generals. But what a contest by these Tigers from Stillman University, Stillman College, coming all the way from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, sitting in the 16 seed and putting a scare into the Generals. Coach DeMario Jackson told us before the game there are no bad teams here. You saw it tonight. This is NAIA championship ball and this regional playoff. And tomorrow afternoon, you will want to be here for the matchup of the day. The matchup for this regional, it will be the Nelson University Lions coming right back here at 6 o'clock tomorrow to face off against the LSUA Generals. It's going to be a shootout. The Lions earlier won a final score of 85-74. LSUA wins 83-76. Both teams scoring within 1 point of each other. The Lions, a huge three-point shooting team. And oh my goodness, what a tremendous pair of games we've had today. To everybody who's been watching, thank you for being a part of this competition tonight. We hope you'll come back tomorrow. And locally, we want to see the field house filled for the championship game in this regional tournament. For LSUA, I'm Nathan Martin saying thank you for being a part of the LSUA Sports Media Network.